Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of dismal marketing. We're going to talk about anti-marketing and what not to do if you try to sell somebody a product. If you want to sell product, you don't tell them not to buy it. You do not give them a lot of reasons not to buy it. But yeah, Sony and Sony executives can't help themselves, and we've got drama around the sequel or spin-off of Ghost of Tsushima. It's Ghost of Yōtei. Apparently, the voice actress is something else. Voice actress or voice actor or voice they them. I'm not sure.
Voice actor,
voice
VA
person, VA. Yes.
Yeah, they apparently are activist type. I guess I don't know.
Spend a lot of time on Twitter complaining about a lot of political things.
Apparently, which does not help sell your game.
That doesn't help sell your game. So we're going to talk about this because this is a game that a lot of people were looking forward to. Some people still are looking forward to.
Yeah, I know our son wants to play it, and he's going to play it either way because he's very excited. When he saw this come up, he was like, "Oh my god!" He was so happy about it.
Yeah.
So he can separate it, and he's fine with it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to play that game because I want to play the game. I don't really care about." The voice, the VA, we'll say that because I'm not sure what to call them.
So we're going to talk about this because this isn't, I'm not telling you to, there's a whole, like I swear to God, every AAA video game that comes out now. There's drama.
I know.
Like, meanwhile.
But a lot of it's self-inflicted.
Yeah, a lot of it's self-inflicted. But in this case, like, I'm not telling you to hate the game. I'm not telling you to like the game. I thought the trailer looked pretty good, personally.
Form your own opinion.
Yeah, form your own opinion.
It's not my job to tell you what to think.
That being said, we're going to call attention to the anti-marketing that is being done that is actively telling people not to buy this game. And then if it comes out and it underperforms, which it may, I'm not saying it will, but it may underperform, then we're going to see endless hit pieces on the bigots and the Nazis and the misogynists and the homophobes.
Where I am is like, if the game comes out and it's a good game and the game was done first and the voice actor happened to be, to voice it that they said that they are like some kind of activist, but it doesn't impact the game. Then, cool. We're not like a Snow White situation. If we turn to a situation where their activism is reflected in the game and it's all about a reflection of them, Snow White, with Rachel Zegler, that's a completely different story. At this point in time, we don't know how it's going to be yet.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Before you get into any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. Yeah, woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to clownfishminus.com. You'll get 50% off your first month. It helps support the channel. We don't do endless 24/7 live streams. If you guys want to help support us, you want to get extra bonus content that we don't have on YouTube and get stuff early, we're going to be doing that. We're building up a community over there. Also, we have lots of merchandise, and you get discounts on merchandise if you're a member.
We're gonna add more. Don't worry. We're adding more.
We're adding more. We're scheming and planning.
Now, can non-members buy the merchandise?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
Make that clear because I don't think people are gonna. They're like, oh, I'm not a member.
You get a discount. You get a discount.
Yeah, you can buy it either way. You just get a discount if you are a member.
Yeah, and this helps us out. And we're not rattling the cup all the time, but there we go. So let's talk about this. So this coming from Niche Gamer, former Sony executive on Ghost of Yōtei drama. I think it's Yotei. Don't like it. Don't buy it.
I know they always do this. And then when they don't buy it, you're mad at them for not buying it. It's like, would you just keep your damn mouth shut? I mean, that's all I'm saying. There
has never been a case that I can think of when we had a politically charged piece of entertainment and someone comes out and says, don't like it, don't buy it, that it's gone well for them.
No, and then they complain and call everybody names when he told them not to buy it.
Former Sony head Shawn Layden took to Twitter to address the criticism against the female protagonist of Ghost of Yōtei, as well as critics of the main character's model. See, I didn't even know any of this was going on. I
just thought it looked good. Like, I mean, it looked like a good game. I don't really care about the look of the character, nor do I care about, it being a female lead. My son doesn't either. You play a lot of games with female leads. Don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I played Ms. Pac-Man and Metroid when I was
going to say Metroid. Yeah, we don't care about the female lead element. Not at all.
I didn't know Metroid. I didn't know Samus was a woman until I was a teenager because
the graphics was a guy with 80s hair.
Yeah, the graphics were so bad and it was the 80s. I'm like, oh, it's like a hair metal dude. Okay, that's cool. Because that would totally track to have like space armor fighting aliens and friggin' hair metal. But yeah, it was like, oh my God, surprise, 1987, 88, we got a female lead in a major Nintendo game. Oh my God, nobody cared.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cared.
Who gives a shit? Since Ghost of Yōtei was announced as a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, internet users have criticized the game both for featuring a female protagonist and also for Erika Ishii being involved in the project. So here's the thing. Apparently this Erika Ishii, according to Grums here, is very much an activist.
That's what I'm hearing.
And,
I think most people's problems with it is not that it's a female protagonist; it's that this person is voicing it. Let's put it that way.
So here's the thing, and I've been asking myself this more and more lately as I watch Star Trek, as I watch 90s shows. If I had access to the social media of the Star Trek actors in the 1990s, would I still like the show as much as I do? Because a lot of them have become completely insufferable.
I think basically, if you're someone in Hollywood and you think it's your job to tell everybody else how to vote and what to think, and you become insufferable, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, like, look, it's just like, I think social media has absolutely positively poisoned the well. But the thing is people that are attached to any, and this person is a voice actor on a bunch of other games, I guess, but a person who is attached to any high profile projects like this needs to realize that you are inadvertently speaking for the entire team when you give really bad takes online, one way or the other, and you need to understand that. Like, you could tweet something innocuous, like, abolish the police, and then in a couple of years it comes back to bite the entire team.
It's been a couple of years. This is 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you tweeted them, but then it comes back to bite the entire team in the ass. There are people going back and digging up tweets from 7, 8, 10 years ago, and some of them are just off the cuff remarks, and like, you can imagine this person just saying something off the cuff and it's whatever. But now you've just thrown some kerosene on the fire, right? I mean, so it's like, I think we were better off in a lot of ways when we didn't know what the hell somebody's belief system was. We didn't care. You would get a glimpse into that sometimes when they would do interviews in magazines, but very seldom. But yeah, so Shawn Layden says it's a game, entertainment, a story a team of creators believes in.
Right, it's a team, not just one person.
They want to make this. If you don't like it, don't buy it. In fact, why not make the game you want to make yourself? So he's not completely wrong either. That's the thing, because a lot of people are like, I don't like this game. Okay, well, go make your own game. Well, no, this game should be exactly what I want. But I'm also telling you, Sean, every time somebody is like, don't like it, don't buy it, guess what? You just told them to not buy it. And
yeah,
now,
you just done effed up on that one, dude.
Yeah, so this is already shaping up to be another AAA gaming shit show, and I never thought this would happen, because I thought, Ghost of Tsushima, I mean, it was money in the bank. It was the first one was really well regarded. The Japanese actually point to that, and it was Western developed. They point to that one over Assassin's Creed Shadows as like, here's how to do it right. But yeah, now here comes
all the hit piece
so
articles.
Predictable. Isn't it so predictable? Ghost of Yōtei actor being harassed by trolls already.
But they aren't mentioning that voice actor has been harassing people before this themselves. And out there. If you're a Trump supporter, you're a homophobe. You do know that not every Trump supporter is white, straight, and male, right? You do know that, right?
Sucker Punch revealed on X that the Ghost of Yōtei protagonist Atsu was played by Ishii. As soon as they revealed it was her, they, them. The replies were clogged by absurd complaints of forced girl boss narratives, historical revisionism, and woke, whatever the hell that means in context. In the midst of it, trolls discovered that Ishii has no preferred pronouns, is a member of the LGBTQ community, and wait for it, has a hairstyle not to their liking.
Okay, but this person's definitely like trying to play up the, it's common. the hairstyle thing is a running joke across the board. Everybody knows that that's a running joke. So the acting like, but they're so mad about the hairstyle. You're just really trying to play dumb on that one. You really, truly are.
Yeah, like people know. So here's the thing. They know, and I guarantee you there's some marketing person, PR person behind it who's like, we have to get ahead of it. So what's the story going to be? Oh, the story is going to be when they dig up your tweets from 2020 about you abolishing the police and all this other stuff. We've already got a defense. Hey, you're they, them, you've got a half-shaved head, and they're just bigots. And it's like rinse and repeat. And I do agree with the exact. I'm like, if you don't think it looks good, don't buy it, right? But you saying that's going to come back to bite you in the ass, because this has happened time and time and time again. Kelly Sue DeConnick infamously said, "You don't like my politics, don't buy my books." Well, guess what? People didn't buy your books. You literally gave them a reason to not. Any chance or anything that you give people to taken out in today's climate, they're going to take it, right? Especially with AAA gaming. AAA gaming is in such a bad place right now that everybody just expects the absolute worst. They expect everything to be Dustborn and Concord, even if it isn't. So, you telling people not to buy it if they don't like the fact that, Ishii had these hot takes and is blocking people and is unapologetic about it.
I think that's more to do with that than it has to do with about the protagonist being a woman. But then the flip side of that is, if that's what people's initial response was, immediately it was woke because it's a woman, then that would be the same thing, wouldn't it? Like that, it's the same coin, different side. You're doing the exact same thing that you accuse everybody else of doing. You're just doing it too, but you're just on the opposite side of it. There's a lot of female protagonists in games that people loved, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, so Nerd Wonder, that's just the U.S. voice actor.
Right, other people said they were just not going to, they were just going to put
dub actor. Yeah, they said that in response to someone saying because it's a woman, it's woke, and the U.S. VA blocked people.
Yeah, the U.S. VA, went around blocking people apparently.
I agree with this. She's doing more damage to the game than aid.
Yes.
The golden rule of sales: the customer is always right. Always, you never antagonize people who don't have to buy your product, because then they simply won't. Now, do I think the super majority of people in this case are still going to buy this game because it looked good in the state of play? Yeah, I do. I think this game is going to sell very, very well.
I mean, like, it's kind of like the Harry Potter thing, right? The game, people were boycott the game because, J.K. Rowling, even though she really, the game, it's her characters and stuff, but she wasn't really involved with the game too much, but they were trying to boycott it, but people bought it anyway because it looked like a fun game. And because she might, even if she had been part of the game team, which I don't think she was, it didn't control the story behind the game. They still had trans character, at least one in the game.
Yeah, I think that character was put in there for appeasement.
Probably, but I'm just saying, it's like if you want to you want to watch the game and you want to play the game and whatever, you can do that. Who cares? If you don't do it. But telling people that, as people behind the game, is probably the stupidest thing you could do. Boycotting and blocking people preemptively, even if they didn't do anything to you, is probably the stupidest thing you can do.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting, though. AI Emerald Apple. Are you real or are you AI? I don't know. The red flags are coming from the English voice actress who just voices the lines, and a former Sony executive who now works for Tencent and could be interested in hurting Sony.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, she just did the voice acting. The story wasn't impacted. I'm sorry, they just did the voice acting. The story wasn't impacted at all by them in particular. It's like, I'd be more worried if they were involved in somehow like Snow White with Rachel Zegler, where they were changing the story to meet their sensibilities.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. And like other people pointed out, just don't put the dub on.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, again, you have to prove it. You have to prove it to gamers now, that especially Sony, like, it's like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, right? Like they pulled the plug on Concord after wasting $400 million on this game, right? And 8 years of development. They had a massive hit with Astrobot, but then they turn around, they're like, oh yeah, buy our $700 to $900 PS5 Pro.
Yes.
And they had their DEI officers out there hiring more DEI people. just like as of a day or two ago. So people,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, people were super excited about the state of play. They're like, yeah, this looks like a lot of really good games are coming out.
Really, I thought it seemed like a lot of
remakes.
To me, it was just some, we up the graphics here. You can buy it again. It seemed more to me like that. There was very few, I thought, actual game announcements.
Okay, so Lunar's coming out again,
Yeah,
and
he's
that's why I'm giving it a pass. No, but it's so weird because it's like I don't even know if there are good guys to root for anymore because like the Power World situation, like they're working with Sony right now. They brought out PS5. And they're kind of sticking it to Nintendo, who are acting like a bunch of douchebags with this patent thing. But I also don't want to root for Sony because they've been, mucking things up. And it's just like, but yeah, I mean, if everything's remakes now and just HD remakes, then what's the purpose of even buying a new console? Just stick with the old console.
Well, that was my takeaway because I watched
upscale it or something.
I normally don't watch it, but Squicking wanted to watch it, and we were watching it together. And I just noticed that there was a couple new games that were coming out look good, but for the most part, it was just a remaster of this and a redo of that. And I'm like, it's all just redo stuff.
Right here. Tell others not to watch. We have seen this so many times. We saw it with Doctor Who. We saw it with don't watch it. They don't watch it. It bombs and gets canceled. They get pissed. They didn't watch it. Tell others not to watch. Yeah. I mean, this is just like rinse and repeat. So I think you've already cut your sales by millions at this point. I mean, I think the game is probably still going to do pretty well if it's good. But the drama around it is invariably going to cost it money. And I think at this point, just be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and get paid for the job and let the game come out and let it succeed or fail on its own merit. And that is it. That's it. Are we going to wrap this up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfish-.com. That's clownfish-.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt. On our website, you'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfish-.com. Thank you so much for the support.